This is how I break down a Subaru dual overhead cam head. This is a B25. Got it online. 68,000 miles. Looks real clean to me. It's gonna get sent off to get decked. This is what I label the bolts in Ziplocs. I label every one of these driver or passenger. Cam caps, that's for the buckets. And those are just extra to protect one of the cam caps that's tiny. So I'll show you, remove the 8 valve cover bolts. Then remove your cam cap bolts. This is the small cam cap cover, or cam cap that I was talking about. So we've got the intake here. I just wrote arrow to gear. I'll show you the arrow right there. Points to the cam gears. Exhaust. This is going to be pretty hard for you to remove because there's going to be RTV all over it. You'll want to get gray, ultra gray RTV. And I just label everything: driver, exhaust, driver exhaust, camshaft, driver intake. Yeah, it's obvious when you're working on it the first time, but once you put it into a box and you don't work on your project for who knows how long, it's not so obvious. It's not that fun to do one-handed. I'm gonna set this down just for a sec. This next part is critical. Mark your valve buckets. So I've marked 1 being closest to the cam gear. Exhaust 1, 2, 3, 4. Driver, in case you put all of your buckets together. Same thing, intake 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I labeled this here. I mean, right now in my head, it's obvious which way I labeled those. But when you don't get to your project for 3 years, it's not obvious. Just take a magnet, move all those. These are what sets your valve lash. If you don't mark these and you put them wherever, you're gonna have a hell of a puzzle. It's gonna be no fun. I am not removing any valve springs, but I'll show you a quick overview of that. It's basic. Retainer, valves right in the center. The retainer keeper are these 2 moon halves. You can get a tool to compress the valve spring, or you can use a socket and a lot of force and like a magnet in the middle of it, and it could hold the valve up and probably get the keepers too. But yeah, you can find tools on Amazon or wherever. This is as far as you need to break it down. Remove the sensors, obviously, and all the external bolts, everything you can. My valve or my machine shop is fine with keeping the valves in. I've had them do work for me. You know, obviously just get it hot tanked afterwards. Pretty basic, kind of like every other dual overhead cam.